Anyways, welcome to the 508 podcast once again, guys. My name's L. Gabe's over there, very far right, and in the middle we have a special guest today. You know his name, Jabrilly, the one and only, the number one Knicks fan in the world. I don't know how true that is because Spike Lee's out there.
He's better than Spike Lee.
But since we have Jabrilly here today, we're going to be talking about the draft lottery, which is going to be in 2 hours. And as a Knicks fan, we want to know your takes. Are you going to get that coveted number one overall pick?
Well, I feel good. I mean, today is it's a beautiful day. Got dressed up tonight. Tonight's the night of the resurrection of the Knicks. It's been a long time coming. For the past 6 years, I've had to deal with unnecessary roasts.
Yeah, vent it all out. Go ahead.
Unnecessary insults. But that all gets pushed away. Tonight, I'm here to celebrate the rise of this new generation of Knicks. And I can't be any more excited. Tonight, we will get the number one pick. I guarantee it. And when it's all said and done, comment section, I want you to really pay respect to me. And I want you to not only subscribe to my own YouTube channel, but I also want you to cut all that anti-Knicks nonsense I see on the internet. And I want you to say congratulations. So in the comment section right now, pause your video, pause it, and I want you to comment congratulations. Congratulations on having the number one pick, because things are going to change. The world's going to change. Hell, the coronavirus might end tonight. We might have a vaccine tonight if the Knicks get the number one pick. So I'm very excited tonight. It's a new era.
All right, so now that we're saying, you're predicting the number one pick, by the time this video comes out, I'm sure the pick will be announced.
Yes.
But let's say you get the number one pick,
yes,
or maybe top three or something. Who are you drafting first? Let me hear it.
Well, you know what? I always love the ball.
Huh?
And we're going to get a true baller on our roster because I want LaMelo Ball as the point guard, the future point guard of our franchise. If we get Anthony Edwards, I'm okay with it, but we have Mitchell Robinson, he's already the best center in the league. What? Don't look at me. What? Is that
okay, all right, you got it. All right.
Best center in the league. We already have the best shooting guard, RJ Barrett. Put a point guard in there.
Isn't he small forward?
We're going to win the division.
Yeah, he's a shooting guard. Yeah.
We're going to win the division, so...
All right, so coming from you, these are high hopes and dreams and aspirations.
It's the truth. I speak the truth.
So now, obviously, you're dressed for the part. So we're going to play a game. We're going to have him basically be the GM of the Knicks for the whole year, right? Assuming you got your pick, what are your moves for the team, and what do you see wrong with the team right now that you can easily fix? And maybe some change up with the roster that is realistic, and going forward, like, what do you want for them?
Well, I like some of the pieces already. I like Elfrid Payton. He signed to a nice team-friendly deal.
Yikes.
I like Julius Randle. I'm keeping him. Give him a nice. If he wants a nice 2-year extension, I mean, no maxes. I love the way our front office. Now it's changed. Now we have Leon Rose as the president, but I like the way.
The other guy?
Oh, he got fired.
Dolan?
No, Dolan's the owner. Scott Perry.
Oh, yeah, Scott Perry.
Steve Mills.
So what do you think? Okay, so one issue that I see with the Knicks is they're a young team that should be getting minutes and playing, but they signed a bunch of free agents that all play the same position. And honestly, you don't sign a bunch of veterans if, obviously their playoffs hopes was kind of like that. But, like, you want to give the rookies some minutes or the young people some minutes.
Well, we did that because we tried the tanking route, and we got rewarded with the third pick. Meanwhile, New Orleans sat down Anthony Davis, breaking tanking rules, and they got rewarded with the number one pick. The bottom line is this. The Knicks don't want to tank because, I think you get fined for that nowadays. And second of all, it's like you got people to fill up the seats. You need to put on a competitive product. So they're not, signing Julius Randle's not going to kill us. I mean, some of these veterans are useful.
His contract is $18 million.
Jeez.
Okay, so
and we use it for trade bids like we did with Marcus Morris Sr.
How about this? I'll run down this roster real quick. We'll play a game of keep or sweep.
Okay.
All right. RJ Barrett, obviously.
That's a key.
Keep.
Future Hall of Famer.
Yes. Brasdeikis.
Who?
Keep. Nice. He's a nice product from Michigan.
Wait, question. What happened to the Crimson Chin? what's his name? The Baker?
Ron Baker?
Ron Baker.
He got elbowed out the league by
That was like a couple years ago. Like,
Is he gone?
AD.
I don't know, man. Y'all were really on that
Alright,
hype
so-
train. He was dropping 15 a game for like 3 games.
he was a
Reggie
baller.
Bullock.
Oh, he's a
Get the hell out of there.
Whoa,
Damian
Reggie Bullock
Dotson.
is
But
wow.
he can be used as trade bait
barely,
for contenders.
barely
He can bounce.
All right, Wayne Ellington,
gone. He's old.
He can bounce. He's a bench warmer. He can
Taj
bounce.
Gibson,
I like his veteran presence. He's a good leader. He can kind of coach up Mitchell Robinson, so I keep him. Nice
Maurice
team-friendly view.
Harkless.
I feel so sorry for him.
Your average wing. I mean,
Okay,
what's his contract? You know his contract?
$11 million a year.
For how many years?
I'm not sure yet, but 11. I'm sure it's a short, like 2-year contract, anyways. Because
We
But do you
need
see-
depth. We need depth at the wing. So keep
yeah,
him.
but there's plenty of depth because you have RJ, you have Wayne Ellington, Reggie.
Wayne
Bullock.
Ellington got to go. He's
No, but I'm
trash.
saying Reggie Bullock, Maurice Harkless. Then you have Kevin Knox.
Oh, I love Kevin Knox.
Okay.
That's my guy.
Now, okay, so this is somebody that you had high hopes on. You told me when they draft him, bro, he's it. And you know what I'm talking about because you're already smiling.
Okay.
Frank Ntilikina.
Wait, he's still on the team? Oh,
I thought you were talking about Kevin. Or all right, so you talking about Frank?
Yep.
He's a young guy. Fisdale didn't use him right. We got Coach Tibbs. Coach Tibbs is going to turn him into a defensive monster. I'm expecting an all-star appearance very soon. I mean, the guy's young. He's got all the wingspan in the world. I love the way he plays defense.
Yeah, but he didn't play defense with Fitzdale there.
Fisdale's not a defensive coach.
What?
Tom Thibodeau is a defensive coach. He's going to unlock that potential. And I mean, Frank Ntilikina's gonna lock down your favorite point guards: Chris Paul, Kyrie, Steph Curry.
Okay, time out. Now
He's
that
a
I'm hearing
defensive
all these
beast.
names again,
All right.
all these were lottery picks. Ntilikina, Knox. Didn't you guys have Emmanuel Mudiay too, and he's gone already? And
So,
for the past 6
I'm-
years, you
I'm
guys
gonna
have
keep
lottery
going.
picks.
We-
and nothing's
we
happened.
traded-
I'm gonna keep going.
We
Alfred
traded
Payton.
got Moutier. Huh?
Alfred Payton.
I like him. He had a nice triple double.
No, it's not like him, but you keeping or sweeping.
Yeah, keep him. Why not? Yeah, keep him. 6th
Okay.
man, 7th man.
Theo Pinson.
Get the yo!
sweet.
I am so mad they signed him because you know who they got rid of to sign him?
Who?
Alonzo Trier.
Yeah, what happened to Alonzo Trier, bro?
I like Alonzo
They
Trier.
dropped him for Pinson.
I know, but like, why?
I like him, but he's inefficient.
Oh.
He dribbles too much.
Yeah, but
Falls in
that's
love
what
with his
Jordan
game
Clarkson
too
did.
much. Well, we don't need a Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson, he's too busy getting tattoos.
So,
he's not.
Bobby
championship
Portis
worthy.
and Julius Randle. Obviously, you can't keep both. They're not happy.
Ooh. I wanna hear
And mind you,
this.
one contract.
Who says they're not happy?
They play both the same position. Both of them want to start.
I
And
mean,
if you say Mitchell's the best center in the league, you can't bench Mitchell, so you have to start one power forward.
okay.
No, but Bobby can play small forward too, though.
Yeah, but you're gonna put Kevin Knox on the bench.
Oh, that's very true. Hey man, all I'm saying is one scored 45 and it
one
wasn't
is
Kevin Knox.
one
so.
is 15 mil, the other one's 18.
Who's for 15 mil?
Bobby,
I like Randall.
I'll keep Randall.
he has no right hand.
I mean, RJ doesn't have a right hand either, but RJ's gonna be an all-star next year. So, I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. Here. Does James Harden have a right hand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barely. His right hand is my right hand.
So now this is a controversial
I hope
one.
you're not comparing the two.
Dennis Smith Jr.
Oh, he gotta go. He gotta go.
Okay, so
Yeah,
this is
trade
my
bait.
issue with
Trade bait.
This is my issue with you saying Anthony Edwards, right? What does Anthony Edwards do different from Dennis Smith Jr. when they first came in the league? Because they look very similar.
Well,
Their play style is very similar to me.
don't they play different positions?
I mean,
Anthony Edwards
is a
man.
combo guard. No, Anthony Edwards?
From Georgia?
Yeah, he's a guard.
Isn't he a small forward?
Anthony
No.
Edwards is a shooting guard.
Yeah, he's a
6'4".
shooting guard. He's like a combo guard. He's a scoring guard.
You're...
Well, I like Anthony Edwards, man.
Wiseman's the center.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, all right, I got him confused then. So
Because they're kind of like the same. So it's like...
So, what was the question?
So what I'm saying is, let's say you don't get the number 1 overall, LaMelo Ball's gone.
Okay.
Do you take Anthony Edwards, even though you just had an issue with Dennis Smith Jr.? They're basically gonna be the same type of player. Maybe Anthony Edwards is better. He reminds me of like a Lillard type of player, but
Dennis Smith Jr. was never going to be a long-term fit here. After watching him for like the first 15 games in the Knicks uniform, I realized he's gonna be where Markelle Fultz is. He's gonna be a nice scoring guard you can have on a nice playoff roster, but he's not gonna be a franchise point guard. I've been off on Dennis Smith Jr., so he can go. and I'd rather replace him with Anthony Edwards. I mean, most of this roster from the Knicks is based in trade bait. So, I mean, you get Dennis Smith Jr. for a couple, a late first rounder and an early second rounder. I mean, I'm good. I mean, it's time to get him out. Sweep him.
So
sweep that bit.
What about this? Realistically, right?
Damn, you ate all the grapes?
My
Damn.
gotta eat 'em so I don't say nothing to your takes. So realistically, underlining realistically, what moves would you make if you were GM? What are you doing? What's the first thing you're doing? What are the issues that you see? Go ahead.
Well, we'll see what happens in the lottery tonight. But if we don't move up at all and we get like the 6th pick still, I'm okay with that. We might trade that. But ultimately, with Tiz there, it's all about growth. I'm not really worried about making anything drastic here. I just want to make sure that RJ, Mitchell, Kevin get better. And with Tom Thibodeau, he has a good track record with defense. There's no reason why Frank Ntilikina cannot be all-star type with Tom Thibodeau. So next year is all about growth. It's all about growth and potential. And if we can get that growth and potential, I think we can weasel into the playoffs. We don't need to do anything drastic, anything crazy. We got a new president.
The playoffs next year. Wait. So you're saying the playoffs this year? This coming
yeah.
Why not? I mean, Orlando's in the playoffs. You think
Do
Orlando's
you
a
know
guarantee?
who's coming back next season, though?
I mean, we have a star too, RJ and Mitchell.
Okay, so
you couldn't even say that with a straight face.
Okay,
I'm smiling because I'm happy to have him.
I'm just going to let you know all the players in the East, the top players in the East that are going to come back next season.
Okay.
John Wall.
Overrated.
Ben Simmons.
Yes.
Bradley Beal didn't even make the All-Star team.
Exactly. And then on top of those three, well, Bradley Beal's already in and he's been cooking. So John Wall and that Bradley Beal come back.
Time out.
What?
Brooklyn Nets are 7th and they have no All-Star.
Yes, exactly. So they're going to be even better next season.
Yeah, but their team is built to win games.
You telling me I should worry about Indiana? I mean, Indiana with Victor
Oladipo just came back. He's not really fully healthy.
Domantas, whatever the hell
is bonus. Also out injured.
I ain't scared of Indiana.
They lost 2 superstars and they still made the playoffs.
We're going to have this on recording. Remind you.
Okay.
How many games will you win next year?
I mean, it's really too early to tell, but, I'm always optimistic. I think we can get I think we can get 45 plus. Oh, my! Why not? Why not? Okay. I'm optimistic. We'll see what happens, but I'm very optimistic. We can't lose forever.
You guys know you need like a superstar.
So you said 45 games?
Yeah, 45 games. Why not?
According to you, then 45 games would have been good enough to get the 4th seed in the East.
Yeah.
And who's the 4th in the East? Indiana.
But Indiana also has 2 All-Stars
that were not playing for half the season.
And then Brogdon also.
Come on, Brogdon.
He's above average player though.
Brogdon's a glorified Dennis Smith Jr.
What?
No, right. Brogdon's a less offensively gifted Dennis Smith Jr. That's all he is.
Brogdon is better than Dennis Smith.
Barely.
No, it's by a lot.
Not by a lot. Who would you rather have on your team?
Brogdon.
No, you'd have Dennis
50, 40, 90 point guard. Very solid, bro.
Why the Corver's eye? Oh my god.
Yeah, but with
yeah, that's a black eye.
All right. Well, so what do you think is the issue why you guys weren't winning right now?
We're rebuilding. I mean, Cavaliers are rebuilding. The Hawks are rebuilding. I mean, Golden State's rebuilding. I mean, we're rebuilding. That's what happens when you rebuild. No. Suns were rebuilding. They have a losing record. I mean, that's just how it is.
Well, how many years were you guys rebuilding?
Yeah.
We haven't made the playoffs since 2013. That's 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So that's 6-7 years.
You do realize
that... I mean, Sacramento hasn't made the playoffs since 2006, but apparently when the Knicks don't make the playoffs, it's World War III.
Honestly,
there's a difference between Sacramento and New York.
What's the difference?
You're a major market.
Yeah.
Okay, but we made the playoffs in the past decade. Sacramento hasn't made the playoffs.
You just turned a teenager last time you guys made the playoffs, right?
In 2013?
Yeah.
I mean, no, he was like 17 in 2013.
I was like 16.
Yeah.
How were you 16?
In 26.
7 years ago?
No, you said 10.
No, the last time we made the playoffs was 2013.
Okay, all right. 7 years ago.
Yeah.
High school.
Yeah. We can make the playoffs again.
Jabril, how many wins do they have this season?
How much? Look it up.
21.
So you need to double your production.
And we were injured. We had a lot of injuries, so...
You have to double your production
a couple
with
weeks.
Veterans who aren't suited to play in New York and who are just honestly out of their prime. along with
They're trade
youngsters.
based.
So
Youngsters are literally wasting their potential over there right now because they're not getting
minutes.
anything.
So I guess my issue with the team, if I had to say something, obviously the GM, you don't have to take any of that advice, GM. But I look at the roster and I see a bunch of guys that are young talents, Kevin Knox, RJ Barrett. And then I see there's a point of getting veteran leadership, but then there's too many veterans you add on the team that they don't have that veteran presence. Like a Bobby Portis and a Julius Randle, although you can call them veterans because they've been in the league a while, at the end of the day, they're worried about their money, buckets, stats. They're not worried about progressing young kids.
You talking about Dennis Smith Jr.?
No, I'm talking about
Veterans.
Randall, Portis.
Well, technically, he is a veteran. He's like been in the league for 4 years.
Bullock.
3.
They're taking away minutes from young guys that you need, and there's no point of having them there because
Wait, time out.
you're not winning games. And yeah, it's trade bait, but it's not going to be anything that'll get you something crazy.
Well, that's one of the reasons why Fizdale was fired. When we had the interim coach Mike Miller, you saw more of the young guys. Fizdale wanted to play the veterans because he was worried about his job. So we got Fizdale out of there. It's all about growth. But the bottom line was that I'm not mad at the roster and how they. What the hell's on this thing right now? I mean, I'm seeing guys in drag, whatever.
That's a TikTok thing on there.
The bottom line is this: the veterans were there to teach some of the youth, and then we trade them out. We get them out there. So I mean, I'm not really worried. I'm not.
So to me, I feel like you can realistically get rid of half this roster and be okay because at the end of the day.
Well, that's the plan.
To me, like I said, Reggie Bullock trade.
Gone.
Wayne Ellington, you could trade him.
Gone.
Taj Gibson, yeah, you could probably keep him there.
I'd keep Taj.
Harkless didn't help you.
I mean, a lot of those
You obviously
signings
keep Knox.
were to be
Ntilikina,
competitive.
I don't know if they like him or not. Honestly, it really looks like they don't like him. So if you really just don't like him, get rid of him. Don't invest your time in him. Alfred Payton, he's solid. Could you trade him? Yeah. Would it give you anything back? Probably not. Theo Pinson, you could trade.
I like Alfred Payne. He could be start the point guard
What's
right
he-
now.
Honestly, you need to get rid of either Portis or Randall. They're literally the same player. I'm not gonna lie to you. They're the same exact player. You can get rid of one of them.
I can see the argument for why. What's the reason we?
Dennis Smith has to get exiled from you easily because you guys don't. You
They
guys
can-
hate
you
that.
can
You
get-
guys hate that guy.
You can get traded.
I don't hate him. I mean,
Which is not bad. He's not bad.
I don't hate him. He just hates defense, so he can't fit here. So he got to go.
Okay.
But a lot of those guys can get traded, and a lot of those. I mean, those guys. I'm not even worried. Those guys got signed to a nice, healthy, team-friendly deal. They weren't given the max, so I actually commend some of their signings. Plus, they signed some of those guys to be competitive. I mean, I don't want this team to be 6-75.
Okay, so if your goal is to make the playoffs, you think in 1 year you can make the playoffs?
Why not? I mean, the bottom of the East is wide open. Why not?
Honestly, the Hawks have a
So
better chance.
let me ask you this: realistically, again,
Realistically, all right.
free agency. You think you're grabbing anybody this summer? I mean, it's not really the best free agent class. But, for example, Gordon Hayward's out there. He's alright. Paul Millsap, he might re-up with Denver unless they want to play younger.
No, he definitely
DeMar, Otto Porter, Drummond, Davis, Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis, baby.
I feel like none of these players are interested in playing in the Knicks market.
Whiteside, Batum, Gasol, Ibaka,
Whiteside
Gallinari.
I can see Whiteside.
And a bunch of very average players, honestly.
Wait, who'd you say after Batum?
Fred VanVleet, but he's probably going to
Yeah,
be
he's
in
definitely
Toronto,
not.
honestly. Unless somebody pays him a crazy amount of money.
I like Fred VanVleet. I mean, we can give him a nice 2-year, 3-year.
Yeah, but you're drafting LaMelo. Why would you need him?
Yeah.
Why would you want him?
I mean, I'm not. Listen, this is all backup plan. Listen, if we get LaMelo, we don't need him.
Okay.
But
All right, so if you could give us like a clear-cut definition, what's your plan A to making the playoffs?
What is the plan? Tell the people what your plan is right here.
No, like plan A.
Cut
plan
and
A.
clear, no ifs,
'Cause
ands,
I
or
know-
buts. This is what's going to happen.
I know he has a lot of scenarios in his head. I
This is
just
what
want to
you
hear plan
We're
A
gonna win
because
the
I know
number
your
one
plan
pick.
B is just
Okay,
out the window.
number one pick first.
we're going to get LaMelo Ball from that point,
Melo Ball.
and we win 55 games. I'm typical.
Just adding in.
I mean, why not? RJ Barrett going to get better. I love Mitchell Robinson. Kevin Knox. He's going to be a defensive beast.
So draft LaMelo.
Frank
155.
Ntilikina.
So your whole
off the
starting
bench.
lineup is just all
155 and
rookies?
what? Free agents, trades, what else?
I
you
mean,
gonna do?
listen, I would love to sign a Gordon Hayward to get rid of Maurice Harkless. But I don't know if Gordon Hayward wants to leave. But like I said before, I mean, I'm all for Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward's an all-star talent. I don't know about giving him the max, but
Yeah, he already got
I think he might flourish
Boston.
in New York, actually. With Tom Thibodeau, I think he might be a good fit there. But if we don't get Gordon Hayward, I'm still liking the team. I'm still liking the growth. I believe in Tom Thibodeau.
Okay.
And we don't really need to do much.
You don't think he's going to run these rookies to the ground? I mean, he's known as a hard-nosed coach.
He didn't run Jimmy Butler. He didn't run
Yeah, but
Karl
Jimmy
Anthony
Butler's built
Towns.
different than the majority of the
He didn't
players in the
run.
league.
He didn't run Andrew Wiggins.
He did.
He didn't run Covington.
He did.
No, he didn't run him. They're still playing.
With Cat and
He did run Derrick Rose. I'll give you that.
Cat and Wiggins definitely complained though. 24.
Cat definitely did.
Well, Cat's not a winner. Cat's low key soft.
Well, you don't think?
With all due respect.
You don't think some people on the team like Knox maybe? Or,
No, Knox. I think Knox needs that. Knox needs. A lot of these guys need a kick in the ass. To be honest with you, a lot of these guys need to be to be roughed up. Like, listen. I mean,
Oh, I forgot to say Brandon Ingram too would be a free agent.
He's.
Okay. I mean,
I feel like he might stay.
I'm still worried about his health. I mean, the clogged artery, whatever he had.
I mean, he hasn't had any issues though since then.
I don't want to give him the max. I do not want to give him the max. But if we can get a nice healthy deal. But like I was saying, what was I saying? I like some of the guys. They just need some hard coaching, and I think Thibodeau was a good hire. I keep mentioning him. It's gonna be a good hire because Frank Ntilikina, you've been in the league forever now, man. Let's go. You put that wingspan.
How long's he been?
Puts that athleticism.
3 years.
3-4 years.
Yeah.
It's time for you to put that wingspan,
Yeah.
that potential together. Kevin Knox, I'm not worried. I don't need Kevin Knox to be an all-star, but because, I just need him to be nice 15, 14 points a game. But defensively, man, you have athleticism, bro. Let's go.
I just
Well,
want to reiterate that you did say Kevin Knox was going to be the next Kevin Durant. Just
You did
so
say
we're
that.
clear.
When did I say that?
You said that when
to
you
basically
drafted.
wrap things up, this is our Knicks GM here. Personally, you heard it here first. The game plan for the Knicks here, if they get the number 1 pick. This is our special guest, Jabrilly. Go check out his channel. He does lifestyle. He does gaming content. He basically does everything. He's a jack of all trades. Trust me, you guys will have fun. You guys will laugh. So go subscribe.
Let me know down below if you guys like my reactions because, oh my.
Yeah, and please react to what he said. And we'll make sure he gives us some feedback on it. So until then, we'll see you guys next episode.